The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself within the service of others, professes Mahatma Gandhi. Comparably, I have found my true self by working within the Civitas program. While I at first believed that Civitas would be completely controlled by politics, I have been able to change the lives of others and my own through the knowledge that I have received. In particular, my senior project allowed me to support projects that I cared about and to help children get in touch with art, which could bring about comfort and happiness. Through the opportunities that Civitas has presented me, I have gained the important qualities of confidence and advocacy. At first, I was inspired to join Civitas because of my brother's amazing experience in the program and my newfound interest in politics due to the 2016 presidential election. However, I was intimidated by the notion that Civitas would be all about politics. Luckily, I grew to accept this as Civitas taught us everything that we would need to know in order to be a successful and intelligent American citizen. Surprisingly, I was even able to work on community service projects that greatly impacted my life. For example, I was able to do volunteer work for a fairy tale town wherein I taught children about the wonders of art. Another opportunity that I was exposed to was the pancake breakfast, wherein I gained the knowledge needed to obtain donations and carry out the rest of my senior project. Looking back, Civitas has given me the skills needed for self-advocating, a talent desperately needed within my major, theater. It has also awarded me with the power to change my community into one that I am proud to live in. The best opportunity that Civitas has led me to was my internship at Broadway at Music Circus. For this internship, I was a stage manager, meaning that I helped with the various needs of actors and directors, made sure that all props and scenic pieces were in the right place at the right times, helped other sectors of theater, such as the beauty department, with any needed activity, and kept a strong relationship with my fellow workers. By working on The Wiz and The Drowsy Chaperone, I was able to acquire a clear perspective and inspiration for my senior project. For example, I procured a deep understanding of the joy that theater and other arts impresses upon others. In fact, Zonya Love, an actress from The Wiz, shared how she grew up in a poor household and was constantly told that she would never amount to anything. But by taking her strong love of theater, she was able to rise up against this. Alongside her, multiple gay actors who grew up in a time where being gay was frowned upon, delved into the loving and supportive nature of theater. Thus, they were able to find acceptance and understanding. The effect of the arts is even able to touch the people in the audience, who are able to sit down and forget their worries for the duration of the show. While the internship exposed me to the beauties of theater arts, it also showed me the amount of money that goes into shows and training. For instance, the costumes in just The Wiz were over $1 million. In addition to this, Brian Daniels asserts that the dried-up funding for theater harms multitudes of people. He claims, as funding for the arts dries up, theaters have to rely on people who can afford to buy overpriced tickets. The great injustice is that the people who are most affected by the social issues raised by challenging drama are the very ones who cannot afford to attend. Without this available outlet, people will miss out on the mental health benefits that theater gives all those who participate. As for theater training, I personally have to pay around $2,500 every 10 months in order to receive professional grade education. With this information in mind, I decided to use my senior project to bring arts to the unfortunate who would otherwise be unlikely to find connections to the arts. For my senior project, I decided to raise awareness for the arts alongside Sacramento Theater Company and Operation Smile. In regards to Sacramento Theater Company, I worked as a co-committee chair on the decorations board alongside the students, families, and officials of STC. This project addressed the financial difficulties that theater presents by giving scholarships to students who cannot afford the school's tuition. As for Operation Smile, I worked with my grandparents in order to provide necessary supplies and crafts to children in hospitals. By working hard on this project, I was able to connect children with art in which they can find comfort during their stressful stay in the hospital. To implement the strategy efficiently and successfully, I had to make thorough preparations and stick to my objectives. In fact, with STC, I researched different decoration themes for over 20 hours. I had to create designs, figure out how to wisely spend the minuscule amount of money I was given, and draw out layouts for the events and paintings before I could even start the final productions. My main priorities, however, were to paint around 20 different paintings and create decorations, namely props, for the fundraiser photo booth area. Unexpectedly, these plans took extremely long to complete, as even though I worked on painting, coloring, gluing, and other various activities weeks ahead of time, I had to stay up all night before the fundraiser. Alongside this, it was extremely difficult to lead a group and to keep a positive environment while people sometimes were off task, refused to work, or had a bad attitude. To encourage hard work, I would buy Noah's Bagels and give compliments to all those that helped out. Furthermore, some of my other goals included raising money to provide a theater education to as many people as possible and to have meaningful decor in order to inspire people to spend more money. Similarly, for my Operation Smile creations, I had to do extensive research in order to see what supplies were needed, what things were most important to make, and how to get donations or raise money. Surprisingly, with this newfound information, I discovered that the dolls that I originally set out to make were not a high priority. Therefore, I decided on making more important crafts. With this fresh change, I realized that I would need more donations in order to buy fleece for blankets. Thus, I decided to make dog treats.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you, dear Stella. Happy birthday to you.
Okay, Stella.
Ah!
Oh, you're gonna have cake. Oh, Sierra, you want some
Sierra,
cake?
come on, have cake.
You want cake?
Oh, Sierra.
Sadly, I was unable to raise as much money as I originally sought out due to the coronavirus outbreak. Luckily, as I gained $100 and donations of fabric before the quarantine, I have been able to make around 100 bags, 16 blankets, and 10 dolls. Finally, I sent thank you notes to those that donated supplies and/or money. In the end, I was able to complete my objectives of inspiring children to continue art within their communities and of sending as many crafts as possible in order to spread happiness and comfort. With the completion of my project, I have gained personal knowledge that will guide me in future endeavors. For example, though I learned that I can accomplish a lot in a short amount of time and budget time and money well, I should not have to sacrifice my mental health to do so. While I was able to finish my work, I didn't handle time constraints well because I ended up sacrificing my health and sanity. Having panic attacks is not an okay trade-off, and I hope that in the future I can find a fair trade-off. While I accomplished all of my goals, I wish that I could have done more. I know that if quarantine did not occur, I would have been able to accomplish more. However, I would never have been able to accomplish anything if I did not have the proper education and preparation that I learned in Civitas. In the future, I hope to inspire another art lover, similar to myself, to undergo this same project. I hope that future generations will be able to spread awareness on how the arts can benefit your mental health and to inspire others to find art. Regardless of if this becomes a reality, I know that I will look back on these accomplishments with a sense of pride and happiness. Although I have not been able to receive a lot of feedback, the reviews that I've gotten back are extremely good. For example, my grandmother, who helped me on the Operation Smile crafts, gave me the review of, "She worked diligently many hours a day and well into the night sometimes." I'm truly proud of my accomplishments on this project, as I was able to spread art to those that would most likely not have a connection to it. I think that this project was a success. However, quarantine has set many obstacles in my way. With the purpose of sharing arts and crafts with children and teenagers in my community, I launched into my senior project with full force. By manipulating thorough preparation and dedication, I've been able to complete all of my project's goals. I would strongly suggest that anyone willing to continue this project does so, as it has been extremely worth the hard work put in. Also, I think that if more people follow suit with this project, then a real change will be made in the world. Similarly, Howard Zinn states, "Small acts, when multiplied by millions of people, can transform the world." My name is Natalie Guidi, and this was my senior project. Thank you so much.